Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today I am doing my first special presentation review, which is basically like my movie review. It's had to be in a different playlist. It's called the Marvel Studios Special Presentation basically, and this one's for Werewolf by Night. And I just had to say, if anyone doesn't know this about me, because I love a whole bunch of different things, different genres, different type of music. I have I forgot when this first started. It wasn't like, the first few times when I went to the Universal parks in Florida, because there's different Universal parks. There's some that's in California and other places, but the one in Florida in particular, um I wasn't like, when I first went there, I wasn't like a huge classic monster fan. But after the years went by, even though it's not really heavily explicit, there's just a monster cafe. But the first time I went in there, and after that, like seeing the classic monsters like Wolfman and Frankenstein's monsters, and I read a couple plays and read Telltale by heart and stuff like that. Heard about Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and Macbeth. I guess no. Macbeth was Shakespeare. That's not a monster story. Well, I guess Telltale by Heart, it's like horror, but it's not like classic monster. Yeah, that wasn't the point of the film. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that after going to Universal, like after the first time going to the Monster Cafe, and you're reading different plays and stuff like that, different stories, and hearing different stuff about the classic monster, not like Chucky or The Ring or It or Krampus or stuff like that. The recent stuff, or I mean, they're a long time ago movies, but I still call them like recent. Again, like Wolfman, Frankenstein's monster. What were the other ones? I think I would count Jaws, I think, as another one. That's one that I used to watch as a kid, and nowadays I watched Jaws 1, 2, and 3. The other ones, and what was it, Megalodon? Like that was like the most recent one. It's similar to Jaws, but like way bigger. I'm just not a fan of those. Like there was like a Jaws movie in the aquarium. I'm like, Jaws is like at the beach, but I did give it a shot. Like I was like, okay, I'll watch an aquarium, but I was like, yeah, it's like the same concept, but I don't know. The aquarium was very weird. But you know what the thing is? I think my problem with it was just it was very kind of enclosed. Even some aquariums are really big. Don't get me wrong, but this one, I don't know. It just felt it just needed room to breathe. I think. Not the creature itself, but the kind of like I'm not sure if you call Jaws the character. Yeah, the Jaws the character. It's a character development. I just feel like the beach was the perfect place because there's just this massive, like masses of water, and like you just don't know where he is. Like, your Jaws in the aquarium, I think you can easily kind of find him, and that suspense kind of takes away from it. Um, this is Werewolf by Night. We're talking about Jaws. Okay. Anyway. And I forgot which Jaws movie. I think it was like Jaws 4 or 5, I think. So, anyway. Okay, besides all that, but I am a fan of the classic monsters. They're fantastic. And so when I kind of heard about Werewolf by Night, when it was first announced, even before the trailer came out, when it was first announced, I was kind of introduced to the Midnight Suns and Ghost Rider, especially like Ghost Rider from the original Incredible Hulk. Well, the original Incredible Hulk animated series is on Disney Plus. It's 2 seasons. Ghost Rider showed up either once or twice. I think once. He was fantastic. Yeah. So so yeah, Midnight Suns, Blade, Moon Knight, Ghost Rider, just I think Frankenstein is one of them. Just many different characters. I was introduced to the supernatural when Werewolf by Night got first announced. So I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. So Oh, also another thing before I begin this special presentation review. This one isn't gonna be made for kids. Kids can still watch it, but a warning. I'm not gonna have it like plastered on here. I know some people do that, but you just have to take it from my mouth. So hopefully you hear me clearly. Sometimes I kind of ramble on too fast, so maybe I might miss a word. So precaution. This movie, basically, the special presentation is rated PG-13. So I guess I recommend for 13-year-olds and older, like 12 and a half and younger. I just wouldn't recommend this for you guys unless you have like a parent or something. Again, children and parents have their own guidelines and their own strict rules of what their kids are allowed to watch and what kids set themselves of what to watch, because there's like a couple, I'm not gonna name the name of the websites, but there's different websites that show like, oh, this is what the kids feel like, this is what the age rating is, because this is how they feel about the movie or the show, and this is what the adults and the parents like thought about it. So if you're kind of interested, you could probably go check those out if they're safely secure and stuff like that. So yeah, just a warning, this is PG-13, so the trailer reaction, review, and this review, the big review, that does like a trailer review, this is the main review of the actual thing. It's not gonna say made for kids at any time, like take like a week or 2 weeks for you guys to comment and stuff. But for this one, it's just gonna stay blank, because it's rated PG-13, so it's not going to say made for kids, because made for kids thing is up to the age of 12, I believe. So this rated PG-13 is past the age of 12, so I'm not going to put made for kids. So if you guys want to comment out the wazoo, as long as it's appropriate, I trust you guys, but as long as it's appropriate, you could comment out the wazoo, and I'll try to answer you guys as fast as I can. If you have any questions about the Midnight Suns or Werewolf by Night or Elsa Bloodstone or the Bloodstone itself or anything like that, I'll try to answer it to my best ability, and we can talk out the wazoo about this thing. Especially since there isn't going to be a community post about Werewolf by Night. This would be pretty cool that you can just comment there. I mean, unless YouTube doesn't like automatically set this for no comments available, but sometimes YouTube does that, so hopefully, fingers crossed, it doesn't do that, but who knows. Anyway, was there anything else? I mean, hopefully you guys could hear me clearly, I didn't mess up or anything. Another thing, wait, this is my second I guess you can say like movie review, because my first one was Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and The Werewolf by Night. Pretty cool. And yeah, I still need to do a movie review for Doctor Strange 2 and Thor Love and Thunder, Thor 4. Never mind that. I'm not sure you can hear it. It was a pretty loud slam, so I'm just trying to ignore that. Anyway, so without any more dilly-dallying, let's get on with the review. Okay, and we basically kind of start with like the narrator, and I thought the narrator was fantastic. Did a pretty good job. And basically saying like kind of like, oh, like the we have the Avengers and the Marvel Universe, and how they face a lot of things, but the one thing they never faced before is monsters, and that's the classic monsters. And we see what I believe was, it wasn't Morbius, it was like a Dracula type of thing. So are we gonna see Dracula? Maybe. And it's like there's many different monsters, and you will be introduced to a few monsters here tonight, and we'll be introduced to Werewolf by Night, and it's really cool. I wish I could show the illustrations. Can't. Who knows? Maybe we might get into a trailer, but basically we ended up in this kind of dead forest, because the trees are dead. I guess I wasn't talking for a long time. The thing didn't show up. So anyway, and again, you were kind of walking through, hold on. And again, Werewolf by Night. This is the title card. And okay, we get to this guy, and his name is Jack. And he's again, when we get to the curtains, but he's at the end of a hallway before that. He's kind of like around right here. Is that long? Yeah, I would say like around right here. I don't think it was too long of a hallway, but he's kind of walking down, and he has like a suit on, while everyone else is kind of wearing like not armor. They were kind of wearing something else, but he's like wearing like a suit, and he's basically like walking around, and he's seeing like different type of imagery of Ulysses Bloodstone and other monster hunters taking down monsters, and he's kind of looking around, and he basically sees a bunch of stuff, and there's also a bunch of like a different language, and people online translated it. I honestly forgot. When people told me, I honestly forgot, so don't ask me. I forgot what the language was. So, sorry about that. But Jack like kind of enters through this room, and this is basically a funeral for Ulysses Bloodstone. Oh, I guess I forgot to mention this, but you guys should probably know already. Spoiler alert for Werewolf by Night, because I'm going to be talking about it. This is a spoiler review, so I don't think I have to mention it, but just in case. But anyway. You know what? I'm not going to let it ruin my day. Okay? I'm not going to get copyrighted. It was just a second of footage. My finger slipped. It's fine. I know. I'm not trying to talk to you guys. I'm talking to myself. I'm such a screw up. Anyway. We get to this guy and a bunch of different monster hunters. And, maybe I can get an image of him. Oh, here we go. Wait, hold on. Oh, this is perfect. Perfect shot. Look at him. And Jack is talking to this guy. I forgot his name. I'm sorry. And but he's basically saying to like, oh, how many kills do you have? What's your name? Oh, my name's Jack. He said, oh, that's interesting. How many kills do you have? Oh, I have 100. You have 100? Oh, okay. You're pretty scrawny, but okay. And so how many do you have? Like, oh, I have what was it, like 50? Like, I have 50 kills. Oh, okay. And like, I killed that beastie right here. And he's like, and Jack said, oh, I fought him a couple times. He's, oh yeah, he's a nasty piece of work when you meet him. He's, oh yeah, don't tell me about it. And so he's kind of being kind of nice to Jack, and I like his mustache. Pretty cool. And again, we see a bunch of different other monster hunters. Like, we see this guy right here. And again, we saw that guy. And we see this person. Again, I can't tell like who it is. And this is Jack, so you can get a good look of his face. Oh, this is a better look at that guy. And this is Elsa Bloodstone, but technically she hasn't arrived yet. Everyone else has arrived, and Elsa is the last one. And basically, Elsa's kind of walking through the doors, like kind of like Jack did. And she's kind of looking around, but she's kind of in a hurry just to kind of get this over with. Basically Elsa's like stepmother, like the new wife to Ulysses Bloodstone. She's like, hey, what are you doing here? I'm here to clean the Bloodstone. Like, Ulysses is my father. It's rightfully mine. Oh no, you're a disgrace. You didn't finish your training. Like you didn't want to do this anymore, so you shouldn't be here. He's like, hey, it's my birthday. No, okay, come in, but you're a disgrace. Okay, whatever. I like her outfit, and she's wearing gloves. It's awesome. And basically they're kind of looking at each other, kind of like, oh, okay, I guess we're all monster hunters. And basically the ceremony's starting. Also, unless something's gonna be revealed in Loki 2, again, no spoilers for Loki 2. I haven't seen anything of I mean, I've seen like a footage that was like I mean, if you've been following up with Loki season 2, there was like a couple things. But this is relating to what I was assuming was the TVA, because it kind of looked like them. That wasn't revealed here. Like, it didn't show Loki. It didn't show like Mobius or any of the Miss Minutes or Kang. It didn't it didn't reveal any of that. unless in Loki season 2 they're gonna reveal something like, no, they were TVA agents, but for right now I think they're just guards, at least for now. So in my trailer said, oh, maybe they could be from TVA. For now they're just guards. It could be the TVA because again the outfits, it just looks similar, but you know. But basically the ceremony is starting, and obviously everyone's kind of sad, but I'm not sure if this is Ulysses' actually body or this is just a mannequin version. But we guys, it's in a casket, so I'm assuming this is his body, and he's gonna say, "Oh, thank you, my dear." He's talking to his new wife, Elsa's stepmom. "Well, thank you for doing this for me. Like basically turning me into a marionette." You want to be turned into a puppet, dude? You're crazy. And she's and how I forgot her name. Basically, the stepmother, the second command to Ulysses is saying that, like, oh, it's gonna be every words. It's gonna be every hunter for themselves. You're gonna go into the labyrinth. You're gonna hunt this monster. And I'm not even gonna tell you what type of monster it is, so you don't have like an advantage against it. So you know what type of power it has, so you can like combat against it. You have to use your wits basically, and the weapons you can find. Okay, pretty cool. And it's gonna be every hunter for themselves. And Ulysses like, oh, good luck. I'll be rotting for you. And they're kind of laughing about it, but they're kind of like, seriously, dude? Look at that face. Like, really? And that's the stepmother right there. And I think that's the butler, I believe. He's saying this one out. He's not Monster Hunter. He's saying this one out. Could he have killed a few vampire bats? Maybe. But basically, they're kind of saying like, okay, like who's gonna go first? And I guess Jack is going first, and he's going to go inside the labyrinth. Okay, can I get a good look at the labyrinth? And this is it. Pretty cool. And Jack is going in, and the first horn you go in, but then the second horn after like 5 minutes, the second person goes in. I know I'm mentioning it again, but it's every hunter for themselves. And Jack's kind of walking around. He's kind of looking for something. I'm like, okay, what's Jack looking for? I thought that was kind of interesting. Okay, maybe he's gonna find something. The I don't want to call him the Irish dude because that just sounds kind of wrong. But the guy with the Irish accent, the big guy, he walks in. Next horn, Elsa walks in. The other horns go, and everyone else goes in basically. And like, oh, good luck. And they're kind of walking around. Elsa kind of turns off like the radio, so you kind of want to do that so you can like hear the thing that's gonna get you. And they don't know what type of monster this is. And they're basically like, kind of walking around, and I didn't like this part because what I thought was gonna happen is that they're gonna find the monster and they're gonna use these weapons to like attack the monster and not necessarily like, help each other because the bloodstone is attached to the monster basically. That's gonna be their prize because whoever wields the bloodstone gets to lead the monster hunters. So especially since this is like kind of like a small group of monster hunters, you would want to. The reason why you are the leader of the monster hunters is because you have a group to lead, right? Unless there's more monster hunters, but how come they didn't come? Because they seemed from like different regions, right? Or am I mistaken? It seemed like they're from different regions, so I'm assuming these are the last of the monster hunters, unless they're in hiding. Maybe they're hiding. Who knows? But so the Irish is about to blob off Elsa's head off. Like she's like, "What the heck?" He's like, "Oh, the bloodstone's mine." Why try to kill her though? That wasn't in the rules. Obviously, the stepmother doesn't care because she's crazy, but that wasn't in the rules. Like, you know what I mean? I thought, and everyone else is trying to kill each other. Elsa's obviously going to kill him because he tried to kill her, but I don't think she was planning on killing anybody, was she? That wasn't explicitly said. But sorry, explicitly. I just butchered that. I'm so sorry. But she didn't talk about that, so who knows? Maybe she was planning on killing him. Who knows? And I kind of actually liked what he said because I thought it was pretty funny. Is this right here? He's like, "Death is coming for you, lassie." I actually kind of like that. I don't know why. I thought that was awesome. And Jack's kind of, everyone's trying to kill each other for some reason. Jack's kind of walking around. Okay, where is it? Hopefully I don't skip over it. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. They did like a ceremony thing with the skull. Sorry, I forgot to mention with the candles, basically saying that we're honoring Ulysses' bloodstone, and whoever we are honoring to the pledge, whoever wields the bloodstone first and defeats the monster, basically. I don't think this is a container. I think it was kill the monster. Whoever kills the monster becomes a new leader, right? And there's no like objections to that unless that new leader is killed off somehow. And I think that's like the promise that we're kind of making. So, oh, and this is what's talking about like with this radio. Elsa can turn it off. So I could have went to this image right here. I'm sorry. If you don't know my movie reviews, like what a different song too, I like to go to the image, based what's in the trailer, what was also in the film, and you usually do that for trailers. You take things that's from the film and put in the trailer that looks nice and makes sense. So this was in the film also. So she turned it off. I'm sorry, I know going through images. I'm just trying to find it. Where is it? Why can't I find you? I know someone's arm came off. Who? Not. How am I missing it? Can I not really find it? This is ridiculous. Am I like missing it like for like a second? I mean, maybe it's not like a big deal. Again, oh, death is coming for you last year. Yeah, we went over that already. Oh, okay. I finally found it. Anyway, this is supposed to be fun, not stressful. Okay, and basically, Jack's kind of looking for something. And what was he looking for? And then this hand, basically kind of tries to kind of like attack or to grab something, and there's a big monster. And oh my goodness! And Jack's like, "Oh, there you are." I was like, "Oh," and it's basically Man Thing. They don't call him Man Thing, but he's basically Man Thing. Teddy, basically. That's his like real name before the like accident happened. They don't talk about it here, but basically in the comics, it was like a chemical accident. He went to the swamp, became Man Thing. And basically Jack's like, "Hey, you gotta stop getting in trouble. Like, how did you even get here?" He's like, "Roar." And Jack's like, "I can't always bail you out. Like, I could be in danger from these people, and I'm probably gonna be a danger to these people also." I'm kind of like, okay, maybe he's werewolf by night or he could be talking about something else. There's many different supernatural type of things, so anyone can make a possibility in this film. So obviously someone is werewolf by night, but doesn't necessarily have to be him. So he could be werewolf by night. What he's talking about, like, I could be a danger to these people, and in danger from these people is both. And like he doesn't. I don't think he ever explains how he actually got here. Maybe they hunted him, brought him here. Who knows? Maybe he's one of the monster captives from Ulysses' Bloodstone. He was in like in the basement or something. Who knows? Anyway, and he's kind of like saying, like, "Oh, hey Ted, like I'm gonna help you get out of here, okay?" So they're kind of buds because they kind of like understand each other, and I kind of like how his eyes are very expressive with like his eyebrows, so you can tell when he's being kind of like sincere or angry. Pretty cool. And then Menthy's, like, I don't know, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna find you somewhere. Okay. And so Jack basically makes his way off, and again, more people trying to kill each other. Elsa cuts off a dude's arm off, I gonna re-showed it, but I can show it again. There it is. And you can see the blood. That's why it's rated PG-13. And there's the arm. And Elsa chopped it off, and obviously he's really mad. So they're trying to get her. And basically Elsa tries to hide out in this what would you call it? Cemetery, I think it's called something else, but it's basically like a cemetery. And he closes the door, and Elsa's like, "Don't shut the door!" And poof, the door shut. I kind of wish Elsa kind of would have said that kind of faster. I'm not sure if that's like an old movie trope type of thing, but the way she kind of said that, "Don't shut the," and there were kind of like not too big, but kind of like a gap before she said door. Like you could have said that a bit faster, so Jack could have understood you. Like you know what I mean? But again, that's just a tiny thing, but that kind of, well, you could have said that kind of faster. Obviously, Jack's kind of trying to jiggle the door. Another person is trying to kill Elsa for some reason. Is trying to get the door open to Elsa so I can get her, basically. So that person can get her. Was it the person in the white robe that was trying to get into the door? Where is that person again? Let me get a good look. Yeah, this person right here. I think that's the person who's trying to get into the door. And anyway, basically, Jack's kind of saying like, "Oh, hey, like, who are you? Like, my name's Elsa. Like, who are you? Oh, my name's Jack. Oh, hi." And she's kind of like, "Oh, so you want to bust it also, but it's my legacy." Like, and Jack's like, "Oh, okay, I understand. You can have it." Wait, so you're not gonna even fight over it? Like, you're trying to trick me? They're like, no, you can have it, but I'm just here to rescue my friend. Oh, you mean the monster? And he's like, well, yeah, he's not really a monster, but he is kind of a monster, and I just want to help him out. He keeps on getting into trouble, and I'm just here to help him out. I can even help you get the bloodstone if you just help me get him out. And she's kind of like, well, okay. Like, I'm not really a big fan of this whole monster hunting business, but it's like a family thing, and when you try to escape from your family legacy, it always finds a way to come back at you and haunt you. And Jackson, I know what you mean. Like, I have a family legacy also, but it always seems to come right up at me. Especially when the first time when I realized my family legacy, it came out of nowhere for me. And she's like, "Oh wow." It's like, "Yeah, but I'm kind of stuck with it." And Elsa's like, "I'm stuck with it too." So they're kind of bonding over their, not hatred over their family, but kind of like, we had to deal with something that we don't want to deal with, basically. And they're kind of bonding a little bit, but she's like, "So you really don't want the bloodstone?" Because she still kind of doesn't trust him, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't want it. I don't want to be leader of the monster hunters. Like, I just want to get my monster butt out of here." And she's like, "Okay." And how are we gonna get out of here? Elsa remembers that her great aunt, her crazy aunt, basically told her father to tell her, Elsa basically, that if she would ever come back from the dead, because ghosts are a thing in the MCU, are they not? I have to look back into that, but I think ghosts might be a thing. Again, don't quote me on that. I have to look back into it, but I think ghosts might be a thing. So I know the afterlife is a thing, like Valhalla and stuff like that. Because in the Thor movies, like Thor 1 and 2, they kept them mentioning stuff like that. So I know Valhalla is a thing, but ghosts a thing? Ghosts a thing? Ghost might be a thing. Who knows? That'd be pretty cool. But basically, what happens next? Right. All right. She's basically my great aunt. She was kind of crazy, and she told my dad to basically tell me when I was ready that, if she would ever come back to life, she put spare keys in her like casket, and she kind of broke glass, and she's like, yeah, she left keys in here in case she needed to get out, because this place is always locked. Like, well, when you're done using it, you lock the door. So she has the spare keys. We would use this, because I don't think she's gonna come back. Will she come back? That'd be pretty funny. like if she would come back and there's no keys, but you can just go through right through the door. So I don't think she'd be mad. Well, I guess Elsa did steal her keys, so maybe she might be mad about that. And maybe she ever comes back. We don't know. She will. and he's like, "Oh dang, your aunt's a genius." And oh, I guess it did come in handy for us. So basically, they unlock the door. Of course, this person is like there, and they had to deal with him. I'm not sure. The hair's pretty long. I'm not sure. And basically, Jack's like, "Okay, Elsa, I'm gonna trust you. Like, don't betray me." So, well, you two better not betray me, because everyone's kind of like mad, suspicious of each other. And basically, what was it? Who did Elsa had to deal with next? This guy. He has pretty cool face paint. He had to deal with him, and he basically got like shot in the throat, and he had to use his body to deal with another person. I forgot who it was. And basically like, oh, I guess like no one's there, and she basically threw his body off, and basically And also, by the way, the person in the white coat, that person didn't die. He sort of went away. So he's gonna be back, but he went away. So he doesn't get killed by Elsa. And basically, they're kind of like okay. And we get back to the one-armed, the guy who can speak Irish. The guy with the nose ring. He's pretty cool. He has a cool mustache. Words. Anyway, he's basically gonna, get Elsa basically, but then Man-Thing comes out, and if you know about Man-Thing, he has like heat touch, and it only burns you if you're afraid of him. Obviously, this guy's afraid of Man-Thing because he looks like a monster, and is oh my goodness, Elsa's terrified. And then, before Jack also said, hey, so to get him to trust you, you just had to call him by his name. What's his name? Ted. Ted, really? Yeah. That's what happened before he turned. Okay. He's like, Ted? And like his eyes kind of changed. I was like, I'm forgetting things. I could have gotten the moment when he was... Come on, I don't want to miss it. Come on, I don't want to miss it. These are cool shots, but this is not the shot I'm looking for. I missed it, didn't I? Yep, I missed it. I was going for my frame. Come on. Oh, this is like the vampire I was talking about. Pretty cool. Sorry, just give me a minute. I'm trying to find the shot. I know it's not a big deal, but I would like to get it. Come on. Where is it? It was near the... It was around... Oh! Perfect! Look at him. And again, everything's black and white, so it looks super cool. But basically, Man-Thing has like this... Basically, if your hand touches you and you're like afraid of him, look at him. He burns you alive, basically. But if you're kind of wondering, like, oh, like Ted, Man-Thing, when he touched Jack, well, he wasn't afraid of him because he knows Man-Thing. So that's why he was kind of putting the hand. So, like, if he knows it's Jack, Jack will be laughing, kind of hugging his arm, basically, kind of saying, oh, no, it's me, Jack. But if it was someone else, and I was afraid if Man-Thing with the arm, the person would be burned alive, and to Man-Thing would be one less hunter to worry about. So that's why Man-Thing was kind of doing that to kind of make sure. And so that's why Elsa was like, "Oh, Ted," or "Oh, Jack," like your friend's looking for her. Okay, okay, he's making noises. Okay, oh, she even says like, "Oh, you have a lovely name, Ted." So that's pretty nice. They're bonding. And then basically to kind of even Elsa gave Jack this what was it called, this like tiny bomb. It's kind of like a timer. And basically he keeps on slamming it to the wall so it can stick. But I was kind of like, just put it in the crack, Jack. You didn't have to make it so difficult. But Jack's like that type of person. He's finally slips it into the crack because he's using his brain. He tries to get away from the wall, and poof, he doesn't get really injured, but he falls into the ground. And Man-Thing's not chasing but following Elsa, and Elsa's like, oh, "Okay, Ted, there you go. There's a wall." And Man-Thing's not stopping, but Elsa had to use his like fishing line to get the bloodstone off of Ted. Or even Jack kind of asked Ted like, "Oh, hey, the bloodstone, are you okay?" And Man-Thing's like, "Rrr." And he said, "Oh, you're depowered, right? You're kind of getting kind of tired. You don't look so good." Rrr. You kind of say like, "I have power, but it's not much." But look at that, it's a lot. But to him, it's not much. This Man-Thing's very powerful. And Jack said, "Don't worry, we're gonna help you." And basically, Elsa tries to get the bloodstone off, and then it kind of hurt him a little bit. But Man-Thing basically kind of, and he just ran off. And Elsa and Jack kind of laughing. They're kind of really bonding. I was like, okay, the special's half over. What's gonna happen? Where's Werewolf by Night? Jack kind of touches the bloodstone and blasts him. I was like, oh, it's him. Okay. Oh, now things are going on. And again, that person, it will be less hard to find the image this time. There you go. Look how easy that was. Basically, it's telling the stepmother, Elsa's stepmother, "Oh, he's a monster." And Lily, and basically Elsa, like, "How could you do this? Oh, bringing a monster on this sacred night." And basically she's saying like, "How was I supposed to know? And plus, I was just only helping so I can get the bloodstone. Like, we're not really friends, but we're just basically allies. And like, I don't even want to lead the monster hunter. I just want the bloodstone and get out of here." Like, and basically, and she's basically kind of like, "Shock her," and then the non-TVA agent like shocks her, and also shocks Jack basically. And basically, she said, I don't know, I can't tell. And basically said like, yeah, that when Jack touched the bloodstone, it blasted him back. And then we get to the cage. Can we get a good look in the cage? I guess the show like right here. Jack basically wakes up and Elsa's in there, and Elsa's like, "I can't believe you didn't tell me." So she feels like a little bit betrayed. And he said like, "I'm sorry, I didn't think that topic needed to come up." Because the reason why Jack touched the bloodstone was to give it to her. Like, it wasn't to keep for himself. It wasn't like to destroy her or anything. It was to give it to her. I'm not like as a gift. It's, "Oh, here you go. This would be nice." And Jack's kind of explaining like, "Hey, look," he's kind of explaining that he's a werewolf. And how he's explaining his systems, but Elsa's kind of not having it. Like, "I don't care about your systems." Like, "No, you should. It's really great. Like, every full moon, I lock myself in an indestructible cage. Like, like, I just, like, don't need to be near people so I can just basically, be alone." And basically he even says, like, "The part of me that hunts only hunts bad people and bad monsters. But that part of myself is not a part of myself, but it is a part of myself." So he's kind of a complex way of looking at it. But he's basically kind of saying that it's not me, but it is me. And I have to tell Jack, like, it is you. He basically kind of, especially by the end of this presentation, he like 50% accepted the werewolf side of him, the werewolf by night. Because he's like, it is me, but it isn't me. So it's like another part of me. But it is, but it isn't. I think, Jack, you need to 100% accept it, or you will never get that full, I would say, like, 98, 99% control, because you're always going to have the part of you that's kind of not in your control, and that's just part of you just have to deal with. But you're always going to get stuck in that 50% if you stay in the 50%. If I'm not talking nonsense, if you guys could get what I'm saying. And basically she's kind of like, oh really? They're kind of not really becoming friends again, but she's kind of understanding what he's saying. And there's a word kind of not the relationship doesn't go like sour again, but basically says like, oh hey, by the way, I can have more good news. She's like, oh well, what is it? Oh, the full moon's out for 5 days, so we have plenty of time to figure something out, right? You know, we can bust out or something. And she's like, oh oh you dummy. She didn't say that, but basically saying that the bloodstone amplifies it. You're gonna be turned into a werewolf like in, what did she say, 5 seconds? Like in 5 seconds. And he's like, oh, that's a problem. I kind of like this part. He's actually looking at these different if you remember from Gravity Falls, what was the episode? Northwest Manor, the mystery in Northwest Mansion, where the heads of the different animals and the blood was coming out. Basically, we see taxidermy of different heads. And he's kind of looking around, and what he's doing, he's looking for a place to perch. But I was kind of like, what is he doing? What is he looking at these animals for? Are you trying to focus on the animals to bite them and not bite Elsa? I was kind of confused, but no, he's looking for a place to perch so he could be ready to strike like the monster hunters, because they're going to be ending up killing him, basically. So that's a good way for him to, in his human form, tell himself, like, this is where you need to go. This is the direction. And basically, I kind of like this part. It's not one of my favorite parts, but it's pretty funny. He's basically like smelling Elsa, because, of course, werewolves are dogs, and dogs kind of like, have a really strong scent. And then I kind of like how she didn't get mad. She's kind of like, what is this? What are you doing? And she's like, I have to remember you. She's smelling. Words. He's smelling her hand, smelling her hair, and then she even asks, kind of gets a little bit of kind of like, well, did it work? Like, is this for nothing? And he's like, once. I'm kind of thinking, was it a man thing, or was it someone else? Who knows? Who knows? Maybe we'll find out next time we see him. Who knows? Maybe it might be a flashback of what it worked once. Maybe it was Man Thing. Because Man Thing really seems to be like his only friend, unless he has other friends that are kind of in hiding. But again, we don't know. We don't know. But he's kind of like, oh, like it worked once. And they're kind of looking at each other like, oh, man, is this going to work? And he continues smelling her and also kind of comforting her. This is where we get the Death Eaters from Harry Potter. But basically, it's a stepmother wearing this ceremonial garb, like, oh, it's time to reveal your true self. And this is basically Jack. I'm going back to the same frame. It's right here where he says, please, kill me as a man. Kill me as you see me now. And she's like, no, I'm going to release a monster inside you. There was even a point where, where was it? And this was like outside when they found out Jack was a monster, when the Bloodstone basically blasted him back. She said, I can't wait to find out what kind of evil breed you are, because they're not sure what he is. He only explained to Elsa that he's a werewolf. And basically, he even said, like, look at me. When I transform, look directly in my eyes. I'm going to make sure I look at you, but you have to look at me. You can't blink. If you must blink, okay, but you just can't. Don't break eye contact. I know you're gonna be scared. Just don't. It's for your own good, please. I was like, okay, we're gonna give this a shot, but I was kind of scared, like, oh, is this gonna work? He's a werewolf. Werewolves are terrifying, but they're cool. Anyway, so basically, Elsa's gonna stare in Jack's eyes, and Jack's gonna stare into hers. Elsa's stepmom is doing this chant, this ritual, with like the remaining monster hunters, and then she uses the bloodstone to transform Jack, and he's basically like, and basically we get this scene right here. We like again, like you see Elsa kind of really like terrified, but she doesn't break eye contact with Jack, and kind of see the hand. And then you kind of see get like transformed. Like you see him like get transformed. We even see like his hand like turn like into like claws and stuff like that, and we basically see like his teeth get really sharp. He's basically his hair is getting really hairier. He's transforming into the werewolf by night. It's really cool looking. You know, if it did actual like reactions to actual episodes and movies like this, it would be pretty cool. But I don't do that stuff, so. But go check it out on Disney Plus. It was really cool. And I just loved how it did with the shadows because this was a perfect way to do it. Just look at Jack right here and look at Elsa. Like, oh my goodness. And Elsa's kind of screaming, but she's not breaking eye contact with Jack. But then we get back to stepmom, and she's absolutely insane. Where did she laugh again? Where was it? It was just look at her face. She's like, it was like a weird laugh, and then we get Jack with the werewolf arm, kind of grabs her. We get this face. That's hilarious. She's like, oh, get my arm out of there. Get my arm out of there. Did Jack bite her? Spoiler alert, she died, so I don't think it really matters. But did Jack bite her? He might have. He did, right? I'm not sure. He's like, get my arm out of there. She gets her arm out. So she still has both arms. And they're basically kind of shocking Jack. But, of course, even though Jack's fully transformed, Elsa's still not breaking eye contact with him. Because she doesn't really know what to do. And obviously Jack, the werewolf, kind of stares at her. And like, you know, and she's kind of like staring right back at him, but she's terrified. But I'm not gonna break eye contact, Jack. Like, hopefully you can see me. And Jack kind of like boom breaks out of the cage. They stop tasering, and that's kind of creating this like kind of smoke everywhere, but it's kind of like fire. And this fog mostly clears up from the top. We see that the cage is broken, and then that's pretty funny because Elsa's trapped in the cage. Well, not really trapped, there's a hole now. But Elsa's in the cage, but you think she would be in danger. But no, he broke out, now all you guys are in danger, and I'm in the cage. That's pretty funny. But again, like I said earlier, he's finding a place to perch, and he perched onto a bald eagle? Right? I believe it was a bald eagle. I was kind of looking for him, and he's just on top of there, just waiting to strike. And then boom, he comes out of, not out of nowhere, we saw where he is, but to them, out of nowhere, and again, they're trying to shock him. Werewolf by Night's kind of, and obviously, Elsa wants to help. Well, that's pretty cool. She didn't just decide to stay in the cage. Because when you have a power to do something, and you know how to use it, you should do some good with it, responsibly. And that's what Elsa's doing. She has the agility to help Werewolf by Night, so she's going to help Werewolf by Night. Awesome. And obviously, since Elsa's kind of helping Jack / Werewolf by Night, that person in the white robe, I'm going to go back to their image again. Let's see if I can find it. Yep, there you go. He's trying to get her, but Elsa ended up she basically slammed to the ground, and Elsa basically his neck. Ugh. It was awesome, but it was also really gory. And basically, again, Werewolf by Night slashing people. We get to where was it? This right here. This is Werewolf by Night right here. Oh my goodness. And again, they're trying to shock him. Werewolf by Night's kind of throwing them around. You see like blood everywhere hitting the camera. Oh my goodness. Trying to get a good shot of Werewolf by Night. I'm not sure if I can. Oh, there's like a shot of his back. And again, like you see the door closing because it's kind of like a quarantine. We got to keep the monster in here. Oh, I guess you can see the drawings. This is what the hallway I was talking about to get into the actual ceremonial room where everyone was like introducing each other. So this is what I was talking about with the drawings basically. So there you go. Hopefully you can see it pretty well. You can see the monsters and stuff like that. If you can't, I'm sorry, but there it is. Hopefully that's not too bright for you guys. That's kind of too dark. I'll keep it like that. And basically, Jack's kind of fighting them off, and he basically is defeating all of them. We basically get to Elsa's stepmom. He's oh monster, you will die, and then poof, like blast him with a bloodstone. Werewolf by Night gets back up. He's powerful, and basically he's gonna jump her, and poof, and she keeps on blasting with him. I'm not sure if that kind of fully depowered him, or like the next full moon, can he get more powerful? Again, I'm not sure how the powers of Werewolf by Night, of how the strength is. Obviously, he gets the strength of a wolf man, basically, when the full moon rises, or when he gets blasted by the bloodstone. But what happens when you get blasted multiple times? Do you lose power? Because Man-Thing lost power when it was on him, but now it's not on him. So is it permanent? Again, I don't think they really discussed that. Maybe I should research it. Maybe. But basically, and basically, Elsa kind of grabbed her stepmother, kind of threw her out of the way. So obviously, so her stepmother doesn't hurt her friend. Would you say at this point that they're friends? I like their dynamic. Maybe next time they meet, they'll be like officially friends. Because Elsa is really terrified of him, this other half of him. But she still knows that it's him. And that's why she grabbed the bloodstone, put it in her pocket, and it's trying to reach out to Jack. Like, hey Jack, are you in there? Like, hey, it's me, it's Elsa. Werewolf by Night looks at her, boom, pounces onto her. And she's just really scared, but not breaking eye contact. There was even a moment in the cage when Jack was outside the cage, and Elsa was kind of in the cage still before it started fighting that white-robed person. Werewolf by Night kind of saw Elsa for a minute from the back of her head. John in the cage, Elsa immediately looks at him so they can restore eye contact. That was really close. But Werewolf by Night will kind of like when like a dog goes to the door and doesn't understand your scent, how it barks and goes right at you. That's why he jumped into the cage. It's kind of like the door, basically, the metaphorical door. Saying, "Who are you? Like, I don't recognize you." And that's why they had to restore eye contact. And also the non-TV agents can zap him again, so he doesn't hurt Elsa, basically. And basically, he pounces on Elsa, and she's kind of like touching his face. They're restoring eye contact. He kind of snarls at her, and basically gets out of there. And then, basically, she's kind of like, I'm glad he's safe. I'm safe. I'm not dead. I didn't get bitten or anything. I'm good. And then, obviously, stepmother, she's crazy. Oh, Elsa, you let him get away. You shall die as you lived, a disgrace to your father. Okay, whatever. Man-Thing, comes in, like, he's like the best character, and boom, from the roof. And then she's obviously freaking out. Like, somebody's like, oh my goodness, a monster, and burned her alive. And obviously he recognizes Elsa, kind of like, roar. And Elsa did a little smile, like, oh hey, thanks, Ted. Roar. Like, oh Jack, oh you want to know where he is? Oh, he went over there, like out the door. He's roar. He grabbed Jack's clothes so he can not be naked. That's pretty cool. He's kind of stepping over people, like, oh sorry, and then she's kind of like, and the butler is still alive, but everyone else is dead. And he said, oh, like, shall I do anything for you, madam? He said, oh, you can clean all this up. She did a swear word, because that's like from the comics. And he's like, oh my, he doesn't clean all this up. She basically sits on the chair. She basically has a bloodstone now, and she owns the mansion. And there's even a point where Elsa threw her mom, or was it a Man-Thing? It might have been a Man-Thing. She threw her at Elsa's dad, and the head plopped off the ventriloquist dummy thing. So that was pretty funny. And basically, she's kind of sitting, and very WandaVision, it went from black and white into color, and it's what was it? Over the Rainbow from Wizard of Oz. Oh yeah, it was Somewhere Over the Rainbow. That's pretty cool. And we see that Elsa's wearing a red leather jacket. Oh, that's pretty cool. And we get to the ending where I thought this was awesome. Jack kind of wakes up. He's back to normal. Hooray, Jack's okay. And maybe we have Man-Thing. And again, we get to see him in color. That's pretty cool. And We see as he has a bunch of mushrooms on top of him. He's very green. His eyes are red. And Man Thing offers him like a cup of coffee. I love it. It was coffee or tea. I'm assuming it's coffee. And he's like, "Oh, are you okay?" Like, "Oh yeah, I'm okay." "Oh, it's Elsa, okay?" Because he's worried about her. And yeah, she seemed fine. Okay, that's good. That's good. He sipping his coffee, and I liked how he said Wait, no, you didn't save me. I saved you. Yeah, I know you said Elsa, but that doesn't mean you saved me. So they're kind of back and forth. It's pretty funny. And then, man, they're gonna say something. No, we're not getting that. How about let's get some sushi? Okay, we'll get some sushi. Here's the thing: are they gonna fish into the water or they walk into a shop? Man, they can't go walk into a shop unless they're gonna go to a store that serves monsters. They might. I don't know. Is that a thing? In the comments below, is that a thing? It might be a thing. Who knows? But basically, they're having a good time. I love it. More Man Thing and Werewolf by Night. Come on. And basically, they're kind of shoving each other. Your Man Thing's kind of like, I love it. And that's the end of the special presentation. Awesome. 9 out of 10. 90%. Really, my only two complaints is that what was it? Again, they were attacking each other when they were looking for Man Thing. They didn't know it was Man Thing, but basically it was Man Thing. I just didn't understand that. Like, if they were trying to protect Man Thing, like if they went after Jack because Jack was protecting Man Thing and they figured that out, then okay, I understand that. But you should basically like not help each other, find the Bloodstone, defeat Man Thing, and then you claim it. Not try to kill each other. I thought it was kind of weird. And the second thing is when Elsa was kind of saying like, "Oh, don't shut the door." I just thought that could have been a little bit closer. I know a lot of people didn't talk about that, but that just kind of bugged me a little bit. Like, if you didn't want to be locked in, why didn't you set it pretty quicker? I mean, I guess there was consequences because they were locked in, but there was keys, so they kind of found a way out. So, repercussions avoided, I guess. Yeah, okay. So, I guess I could say 95. No, 90. 90. Yeah, 90. Yeah, 90%. It was a 9 out of 10. It was fantastic. For a first Marvel special presentation, this was a fantastic one. We had Werewolf by Night, we had Man Thing, we had, not full-blown Dracula, but Dracula name drop, the Bloodstone family, Ulysses Bloodstone, Elsa's stepmother, Elsa. Possible hint to ghosts in the MCU? Maybe? If Elsa's great aunt makes an appearance, and say, "Oh, we have ghosts in the MCU," because I'm not sure if we do have any. Do we? Again, I'm not sure. Maybe we won't. Maybe she's just crazy. Who knows? That she thought that she could come back. I definitely want Jack and Elsa to reunite. I thought their dynamics was pretty cool, especially Ted with Man Thing with Elsa. They seem to be great buds. Like, "Oh hey, thanks Ted. Oh hey," he just makes noises. I love it. I would like for, hear me out. I know probably a lot of people would just not like this. I would like for other people to meet these characters, but I know a lot of people like the expanded universe. I like it too, but I just don't want too much of it. So, if you're gonna expand the universe, make sure you do it gradually. So, like, you should have these characters basically, which is Elsa, Jack and Werewolf by Night, Man Thing. Like, basically those three. And then you add, like, I would say, like, Moon Knight and Blade. Like, add those two new characters and expand their dynamic through, like, 2 movies or a movie and maybe 2 or 3 shows, maybe, if they're, like, spin-off shows. Maybe, like, a Moon Knight Season 3 or something. Where did they do Moon Knight Season 2? I'm not sure. But, again, just kind of go forward with, like, Blade and Moon Knight, or maybe, like, Frankenstein, or just expand on different characters. And then when we get enough, you can do like a Midnight Suns, and that way you can kind of introduce Doctor Strange and Wong to them. But again, do it gradually, not just do this and then show Miss Marvel. Like, that just wouldn't make any sense. It maybe would be. I don't think it would be funny. Maybe some people made funny that oh, Miss Marvel, oh, it's Halloween, and like, oh, Kamala is gonna you know, enjoy trick or treating or something, or hanging out candy to trick or treaters, or go to a Halloween party. Who knows? And then Man Thing shows up. Why is Man Thing here? And obviously Jack is going after him. It's a full moon, and oh, Werewolf by Night. And obviously Miss Marvel has to go, you know, has to see what's going on, and she's a street level hero now, so she's obviously gonna fight the monster. Like, but why would it be in the city? Like, you know what I mean? Why would it be in Jersey? that, yeah, maybe some people might find that funny, but I just think that'd be kind of weird. Why is Man Thing in Jersey? Who knows? Why is he in Jersey? That'd be so weird. Look at this Man Thing over here in New Jersey. What is he doing? Anyway, oh, they got mixed up. They were looking for Doctor Strange, and they instead of going to New York, they went to New Jersey. uh, I guess the mix-up would be pretty funny, but everything else that'd be kind of eh. But again, do it gradually. That's the way I would want it. If you guys want Man Thing, Miss Marvel to interact, I guess you do you. I don't think I would like it too much. If I kind of inspired that for you guys, sorry if that was the wrong thing, or maybe it wasn't. Who knows? I'm just expressing like a scenario of what could happen, but that's not the way I would want it. Just do it gradually. Again, Blade, Moon Knight, and like again Midnight Suns, and then you could do Doctor Strange, but do it at the course of many years. You know, is everyone saying like, oh, maybe Werewolf by Night can be like in Secret Wars? I don't know. I think that might be too soon. But again, who knows? It might work, but who knows? So, again, things I liked. I love the black and white, the blood everywhere, the chopping the arms. Werewolf by Night was awesome. Man Thing was awesome. Elsa was awesome. Just that mother was crazy, but that's her character. I like Ulysses, the ventriloquist dummy. I thought that was awesome. I know I acted like a robot, but whatever. The butler, I thought he was fine. He didn't have too much character, but he was fine. The different monster hunters, I like the guy who spoke Irish. I'm coming for you, lassie. I love that. I like Elsa and Jack's dynamic. It was pretty cool. Jack and Man Thing and Elsa with Man Thing. I love that. Kind of hinted since they kind of were talking about vampires. Could we get vampires next for Werewolf by Night or for Moon Knight or something? Who knows? I mean, we might. Okay. Was there anything else? Kind of want to kind of like fully done reviewing the special presentation, and just wanted to see was there anything else I kind of wanted to talk about. Again, I loved Werewolf by Night kind of slashing people and like the effects, and again the transformation scene that Elsa was terrified of him, and how it looked painful, the transformation scene, and how the door was like closing in the background. I love that. I guess the question is that are there more monster hunters, or is there only Elsa left? Like hunting the bad monsters. I don't think she wants to hunt any good monsters. I don't think Jack and Man Thing, or Jack and Ted would ever forgive her. I mean, unless the monster couldn't control themselves and Elsa had no choice, then obviously they would understand. Yeah, so yeah, this is my first review of this special presentation, the first one from Marvel, Werewolf by Night. Again, this was fantastic. Again, it was two things kind of bugged me a bit, but yeah. Tomorrow on Sunday, I am going to do my monthly update for November, and let's see. I guess I can talk about next week also. Monday, hopefully, I can do what I want to what I want to see for Big City Dreams season 3. Hopefully, I can get that done. Hopefully, I can do that Monday. Hopefully, Wednesday will be the season 3 trailer reaction review for Big City Dreams, season 3. That'll be for Wednesday. Friday's Veterans Day, so I think I can do something Friday, right? I don't have class, right? I had to double check on that, but I'm pretty sure I don't have class. Friday, I believe. Yeah, Friday. I could do what? Oh yeah, I can do like the episode titles and stuff like that for episodes like 1 through 10 for Big City Greens season 3. That'll be for Friday. Then we get to Saturday and Sunday. If I'm not gonna do Owl House that week, which I might, but probably not, I will finally do Ultraviolet and Black Scorpion, your season 1 episodes 11 and 12. Like, I'll finally get, I'd like end the weekend start Ultraviolet and Black Scorpion. They start the second half of season 1. They finally start that. There's still airing. Like, how many episodes are left? It's like 2 or 3, so it's almost done for season 1. It's almost done. So, yeah. So that's kind of like my plan for tomorrow and for like next week. Hopefully get that introduction to Big City Green season 3 done, and also the start of the second half to season 1 of Ultraviolet and Black Scorpion. Episodes 11 and 12. So, yeah. And this will be like the first, and the next week will be like the first full week of November. So that'd be a good way to start November. And if that's the case, next week I could do episodes 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh yeah, I can get like the rest of season 1 done the following week. Oh. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, things are turning up. Also, it's not like hugely important, but I just wanted to know that I went from 96 subscribers back to 95. Now it's back to 96 again. So thank you so much for that. The new 96 subscriber. You guys mean so much to me. My old subscribers, my original subscribers, my new subscribers, my old viewers, my new viewers, my current viewers, the one who goes on and off. Hopefully you guys keep on subscribing. You keep, telling people about my channel, and tell them that I'm not just doing movie reviews and show reviews. I'm doing special presentation reviews. I just did Werewolf by Night. Go check it out. It's about like an hour long or something. Who knows? Go check it out. And also say that again, this is rated PG-13. Special presentation is rated PG-13, so it's not going to be set made for kids. So there was a disclaimer in the beginning, so I'm putting it at the end. And again, there's not going to be any writing in the videos that do that, because I don't do that. Okay. But yeah, everyone, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, give me a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to share my videos. Don't forget to check out my mini reviews. And don't forget to check out my my community posts. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for my monthly update for November of 2022. Okay. Bye.